So this is really weird because like, what year is your deck from again?
2003.
That's 20 years ago.
Please don't remind me.
Wait,
That's 2 decades ago. Some people would have been born when you had this deck for real,
Your
and
deck
now
is old
are
enough to drive.
Yeah, they're graduating college.
Please don't say that.
What is sup? It's Shuffle Up and Play. Today, Jim Davis himself, once one of the greatest Magic the Gathering players of all time. Now, you stream on Twitch or something?
Yeah, occasionally, you know.
And of course, actually famous today on Twitch is the one, the only, about to make your opponents bloody. Though,
Hello?
Not really bloody.
Yeah, no.
Like, don't actually physically assault him.
What kind of show is this?
Yeah, you signed the contract, it's too late. The waivers, all signed.
There were a lot of waivers, yeah, a lot of security.
There was a
safety
weird
issues.
amount of waivers, right?
Yeah,
They mostly said stuff about hitting heads on lighting.
yeah, it's a dangerous place down here.
And we are doing Choose Your Own Standard versus Choose Your Own Standard. Everyone has brought their own standard deck, but they're from different eras, and they have a connection to each of us. Bloody, what's your standard deck, and why did you pick this one?
So this is the first standard deck I took to my second ever paper tournament, so that's a little bit confusing for a second. It is the first deck that I ever won a tournament with. I top 8'd a PTQ, I busted out of the GP, and then I went undefeated in the following PTQ. That's my first tournament win right there.
What era is this?
This is from Throne of Eldraine, War of the Spark, kind of got Planeswalkers. It doesn't have, the obnoxious Eldraine stuff. It's kind of a bit more fun.
There's non-obnoxious Eldraine stuff? Fascinating, I can't wait to see.
There's a land or two.
All right, and Jim, what have you brought for us?
The year is 2003.
I was just born. So
I know, right? That's the crazy part.
Please tell me you're joking. Please tell me you're joking.
I'm joking.
Okay, thank you.
And I've been drafting a lot, playing Magic, learning Magic, but my first foray into Constructed was the state championships at Neutral Ground, the mecca of Magic in New York City, Brian David Marshall's store. And Mirrodin had just come out, and I brewed up a kind of crazy deck on Magic Online, and here it is. It's some zombies and some cards that are banned in Modern.
Now, normally I swap in with whoever loses round 1 and take over their deck, but I couldn't resist bringing my own standard deck. The first Friday Night Magic that I ever won, I won with this deck. It was back in original Innistrad Scars block, and it is Illusions.
Ooh.
So we shall see, but before we get to me, Bloody, Jim Davis, do you want to roll for high?
Oh,
Sure, let's do it.
I'm gonna roll a 10. I'm just letting you know.
Calling a 10 right
Yeah,
now? A
it's
10 has
100%.
been called.
And if it's not a... Wow!
I mean, Price is Right rules? That's pretty
Price is
good.
Right. I did
Close.
right.
It's pretty close, all right?
All right, let's see if I can beat that. I'm calling it 11.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yeah.
That's
For Mark
ambitious.
Messier,
Yeah.
captain of the Rangers.
Oh!
The guarantee. The guarantee. I'll go first.
Yeah,
All right.
okay, sure,
I'll go
Bucko.
first.
Yeah.
You may resolve mulligans.
All right, let's take a look at what we got here.
That's ridiculous. How could you guess it right?
That's all the luck I'll have for the rest of the show.
So,
Wasted it.
So your deck, Bloody, you actually still had your deck.
Yes.
And brought it. In the case of Jim and myself, we had to go to cardkingdom.com/TCC, where they have, as always, provided loaner decks for us for use on Shuffle Up and Play. If you are looking for anything from cards to accessories, cardkingdom.com/TCC, there's worse places out there. That's a terrible endorsement, isn't it?
I mean, it's true.
It is factual.
Yeah, it is definitely true.
I'm going to mulligan, by the way.
I'm also going to mulligan, actually. So.
Oh, God. This time on Shuffle Up and Play, watch 2 players start with 3 cards each.
Yep, it's a lot of shuffling. It's the shuffle part's more important than the play part, right?
Well, we haven't shuffled up yet, so.
Yeah.
Well, you have shuffled up. You're shuffling further up.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
More up.
I mean,
More
if
upper.
you wanted us to play, then it would be play and then shuffle or something, right?
Yeah.
You know, there's emphasis on the shuffle, so you should probably shuffle a lot.
Just shuffle your damn decks. There we go. All right.
So the goal now is to annoy Prof into leaving.
Of course, this is
The no, we
is
don't.
London mulligan,
we're
right?
using the current mulligan rules.
Right.
We've had that discussion before. Should we use the old mulligan rules? But no, we're still just playing Magic.
I had London mulligan when I was playing this, so this is new age decks right here.
Can't you believe these kids?
This is like 4 mulligan rules back.
Yeah.
I don't remember what it was called back then, honestly. Was it Paris mulligan?
I don't know.
Maybe?
I was in grad school.
All right.
Keepable?
Yeah, this will work.
You don't sound that confident.
That's fine.
No, I prefer that level of confidence from my opponents. I don't want them to be like, yeah, I'm keeping.
This is really weird because like, what year is your deck from again?
2003.
That's 20 years ago.
Please don't remind me.
Wait,
That's
no.
2 decades ago. Some people would have been born when you had this deck for real,
Your
and
deck
now
is old
are
enough to drive.
Yeah, they're graduating college.
Please don't say that. Yeah, I believe that 8th edition, which was one of the sets that came out in this deck, was the 10th anniversary of Magic, because now we're approaching 30. So that was a big deal. 10th anniversary of Magic. Oh my God. Can we do 10 more years? Apparently we can. So
let's see how that fares against War of the Spark Eldraine. Yeah.
So I will reluctantly keep. This is a reluctant keep.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm okay.
Yeah,
it's all right.
I'm also okay. So.
It's all right. All right, we good to go?
Yeah, we're good to go.
I will lead things off with an Unholy Grotto. This is a rare land from Onslaught. Of course, Onslaught was a tribal set, and it taps for a colorless, or I can pay a black and put target zombie card from my graveyard on top of my library. So I believe it's a Volrat's Stronghold for zombies, for if you're even more of a boomer than this deck. And then I'll play a card that's banned in Modern.
Try not to drop them.
Yeah, Chrome Mox, if I don't damage it first. And Chrome Mox is a 0-mana artifact. It's a Mox. And is the imprint ability, which means I can exile a card from my hand, and the color of that card is the color that the Mox taps for.
Wow.
I am going to exile Rotlung Reanimator. Should I explain what that is, or we'll get to that later?
It's being exiled. If you play one, let us know.
For now, it's just a black card. That's all that matters. And then I'm gonna say go.
That was so many things you did in one turn. I don't like that.
Yep.
All right.
All that mana, but you didn't cast anything with it. So
Yeah, we're
hashtag unimpressed.
Yeah, I know. We're just showing things off, you know.
All right.
We'll play Forest, so that's your turn.
All right.
It was a little unimpactful, but it's okay. We're on our way.
All right. And then I will play another card that is banned in Modern.
Okay.
The Mighty Great Furnace, which is the red original artifact land. Just a red land that comes in untapped, and it's an artifact as well.
Oh. Artifact lands were really big, right?
Yeah, they're really, really, really powerful. Vulnerable to artifact hate and stuff like that, but they were banned in Standard, Block Constructed, and of course in Modern now. And I will cast a Rotlung Reanimator, so now we'll talk about it. So, Rotlung Reanimator is a zombie cleric for 3 mana. It is a 2/2. Whenever it or another cleric dies, I get a 2/2 black zombie token.
All right.
So
I'll pay the full cost for that too.
yeah, I was about to say, I was like, that costs 3.
And then I'll pass the turn.
Trying to get the edge in wherever you can. I see how it is.
That's the old Jim Davis slip and slide.
Yeah.
Every edge we can get.
Alrighty, I will start doing things by playing an island. I will also start doing things by upsetting everybody watching and tapping like it's arena, because I am a Magic Zoomer, and I tap
players.
diagonally to summon a Leafkin Druid, which is just a little special. It's a 2 mana, it taps for a green. If I have 4 more creatures, it will tap for 2 green, and it's your go.
All right, so I will draw. So on. I guess I'll untap first. I am a professional Magic player, of course.
You were.
All right, yeah, I was.
Yeah, I really love that intro of like Jim was one of the best players.
He was. He was one of the best competitive Magic players before it all fell apart. I think
still around is the word.
Do you show up to those things like Pro Tours now? Are you at a Pro Tour now? What's going on?
This is a pro level event, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah,
that's why there's no judge.
This feeds into nationals or one of those many tournaments that don't exist anymore.
Yeah, that's how we booked you. That's how we got you to come down. It's
Yeah.
the idea that if you win here, you go to nationals.
Nationals qualifier.
I qualified for this actually.
Yeah.
Right. The qualifier is in the invitation is in the mail.
Yeah, I did. I won a PTQ with this deck. It was a Professor Tolarian qualifier.
Tolarian.
Okay, that's fair.
All right, so I'll play a Swamp. Leafkin Druid, huh? All right, I will attack with my Rotlung Reanimator.
How many cards do you have in your hand?
Just 2.
I feel like something's gonna do something, which is spooky. So I'll just take the 2. I'll take the 2 damage.
All right, 2 damage it is.
Yeah.
And then
you have your spin down to record that on, right?
I don't actually.
You have paper, right?
Paper. Oh, you pro players.
We're
You're gonna trust him to record your life total?
Yeah.
This is the road to nationals.
Yeah.
All right. We need to make sure we have documentation of our life totals, lest there be a dispute.
Of course.
Yeah.
How else would we keep track of everything?
With the spin down.
Oh, so you have a separate spin down for every time your life total changes?
No, for every
That
player.
is weird. It's a lot of spin downs.
Yeah, that's way too
Just
many
write the
spin
numbers. Just write the numbers.
All right, so we have 2218. Write that down. That feels so nice. It's great. And then second main phase, I'm going to tap 2 and cast a Withered Wretch. This is a black for a 2/2 zombie cleric. Pay 1 mana to remove a card from a graveyard.
Oh.
Not quite Scavenging Ooze, but we didn't have Scavenging Ooze back then. So,
This is Boomer Scavenging Ooze.
yeah. And then I will pass the turn.
Sure, I'm gonna untap, I will draw my card, and now it's time to do things. Are you ready? Are you ready for me to do things?
I guess I have to be.
I will play a Castle Vantress, which is just a normal land. It comes in untapped if I control an island, but later on, if I have extra mana, I can tap it to scry. And I will play, get ready for this one, another Leafkin Druid.
All
That's
out. Resolves.
Thanks, I really appreciate your resolving. Yeah, that's
try.
my turn, go ahead.
All right, so once again, we'll untap and draw for turn. And I think it's just time to go party in the red zone. Withered Wretch and Rotlung Reanimator will attack you.
And you have 2 cards in hand.
Yep.
All right, let's see. I should really do something about something at this point, but I also really don't want to. I would go down to 14 this way.
Yep.
I'm just gonna. You know what? I'll assign both my Leafkin Druids on both your dudes. And block.
Block?
Yep.
Okay. So damage will resolve. And then in the second main phase, I'm going to tap.
I don't know what's gonna happen.
Here it comes.
We're going to tap 3 mana for a Consume Spirit. And Consume Spirit is a black 1 and X. I can only spend black mana for X. And it deals X damage to a creature or player, and I gain X life. So I'll be paying 1 and dealing 1 damage to one of your Leafkin Druids.
Okay, all right. You know, that wasn't as scary. Look, a lot of these cards I'm unfamiliar with. When I looked at that for a second, I thought that it was going to deal damage to both of them, and I almost cried.
That'd have been awesome, but unfortunately
Not awesome.
Yeah.
Not
And
for me.
that's it for me. So I'm at 21, you're at 18, and I'll pass the turn.
Cool, sounds good.
I mean, who knows what cards did 10, 20, 30 years ago?
It's funny though, because this card's actually the updated version of Drain Life,
Right.
which was the super boomer version of this card. So
What did Drain Life do?
the exact same thing, just worded very awkwardly.
Okay. That seems like what old Magic is, basically.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna play a Forest, and now, with the power of 5 mana, I'm going to do more things than I was previously doing. I'm going to tap my Leafkin Druid for a green, tap these 4, and I'm going to play everyone's favorite card. You didn't guess it, it's actually Cavalier of Thorns. This is an Elemental Knight. It's a 5/6 with reach. It's a big chunky boy. When I play him, I get to reveal the top 5 cards from my library, and then if one of them is a land, I can put it into play untapped, and the rest go in the graveyard. So 1, 2, 3. Come on, please land.
no land.
4. Oh, there it is. Okay, 5. Oh.
Those are some good ones.
Yeah. All right. Well, now you know exactly what my deck does.
I see that, yes.
Well, I'm gonna go ahead and take this Temple of Mystery and put it into play, and it reads that once it enters the battlefield, you can scry. And these extremely menacing cards are gonna go in my graveyard, which I will be able to access later. Actually, fun fact, because when Cavalier Thorns dies, I get to take something from my graveyard and I believe put it on the top of my deck.
Fortunately for me, that ability is all one ability, so I cannot use my Withered Wretch to exile the land before you get it back. So I'll sadly look at my graveyard hate card and not be able to use it.
Unfortunate. All right, I'm just scrying this to the bottom, and I believe it is your go.
All right, so at the end of your turn, I'll tap Great Furnace for a red. I'll activate the Withered Wretch ability, and I'm going to exile your Hydroid Krasis from the graveyard.
Well, that's just plain rude, but okay, sure.
Gone forever.
Alrighty.
Cool.
I do believe it is your go.
All right, so let's untap my Zambies. Zombie. And then we will draw. And that is a rather large creature.
Large and in charge.
Yes, that is definitely the case. All right, unfortunately, I'm just going to pass the turn.
Okay. You have 2 cards in hand?
Yep.
Great. Yeah, I'm used to Arena, so I have a little computer that tells me these things. Oopsies. So I always have to ask, because I cannot keep track. All right, let's see. Yeah, I'm gonna tap these 4 lands and my Leafkin Druid to produce 5 mana for everyone's favorite 5 mana Planeswalker, Nissa, who shakes the world.
What's a Planeswalker?
Well,
You don't have cards that deal with planeswalkers in your deck?
No.
Oh, that's gonna be rough.
What's a planeswalker? Is it like a creature?
well,
Can I terror it?
Do I have to explain
Can
all
you
of
give us
what a
the gist of
planeswalker
it?
does?
No. Can you give us the gist of what this Nissa
Yes.
does?
Yeah, so when Nissa comes onto the battlefield, all of my forests automatically tap for 2 green instead of 1. Her uptick ability is I can reanimate a land and turn it into a 3/3 elemental that has, what is it, vigilance, I believe?
I think haste too.
Yeah, vigilance and haste. And then if I manage to get her all the way up to 8 and I -8, it puts all of my forest from my deck onto the battlefield. And they're indestructible, I believe. It's really fun.
That's a lot of abilities.
Yeah,
right?
so I put her onto the battlefield and I uptick her to reanimate my island. Bloop. Or not reanimate, just turn my island into a 3/3. So my island is now a 3/3. It is also untapped. And thanks to that, I'm going to go ahead and flip my hand up, right? I'm gonna tap this for 2 green, tap this for 1 blue, and I'm going to play a Risen Reef. And Risen Reef is a very neato little elemental. That says whenever Risen Reef or another elemental enters the battlefield, I could look at the top card of my library, and if it's a land, I could put it into play tapped, and if not, I could just draw it. So I'm gonna look over here. That is a land, and I'm putting it in tapped. It's a little breeding pool. Oh, that turn felt good. Yeah, that was a good feeling turn. All right, you can go ahead now.
I didn't enjoy it that much, but.
I
All right, you have 4 cards in your graveyard, right?
do.
Exile one of them, and then one of them, and then one of them, and then one of them.
Okay, that's fine. I didn't want a graveyard anyway.
All right.
They're a bit tacky.
All right, so then we'll untap, and we will draw. And things are not looking particularly great over there for me.
Where's your Phyrexian arenas now?
I know, right? We need to be drawing some more cards here. All right, I'm gonna play a Cabal Archon.
Oh.
Back in my day, creatures were more modest. You know, 2/2 for 3, no 5/6s. So Cabal Archon is a 2/2 for 3. It's a cleric, and I can pay a black to sacrifice a cleric to drain you for 2. So you lose 2, I gain 2.
Okay.
And everything plays a cleric right now. So, and then I'll pass the turn.
Alrighty, I'm feeling a little bit. I feel like new school magic is kind of winning here. Not gonna lie. Let's see. What?
I don't know, I'm just, in Jim's defense, Magic was a lot easier back in his day.
Yeah.
That's all. I mean, look at the difference here.
Yeah.
2/2, 2/2,
Yeah.
2/2.
This is just, I mean,
Aesthetically pleasing.
Yeah, I do think that I'm about to. You have 2 cards in hand. I do think that I'm about to kind of sink this one for you, unfortunately. I'm going to very inconspicuously start tapping all of my lands for a lot of mana. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, thanks to Nissa. This goes for 7, 8 because I have 4 or more creatures, because this is a creature now. 9, 10. And I'm going to play a Hydroid Krasis, where X equals 8.
Right.
Do you have an issue, Prof?
I like 90% of what's on your board is everything I hated about recent Magic. I hated Krasis, I hated Nissa, I hated Risen Reef. The cards that he exiled, I hated them. I don't even know what the rest of your deck is, but I hate it.
Aw, it's so fun.
go-
I'm having fun.
Come look at my side of the board where the way things used to be.
Yeah, the good old days.
Yeah.
When people
I
play
don't know
2/2s.
why all of your cards are banned in Modern and all of these are allowed.
It's fair. That is fair.
So Hydroid Krasis lets me gain half of X life and draw half of X card, or so X was 8, so I draw 4 cards and I gain 4 life.
Sounds fair.
Yeah,
All right, so you go up to 22.
yep. And I actually haven't even played a land yet, so.
Oh, wait, there's more.
Oh, there's so much more. I'm gonna play a forest, which can tap for 2. How mean should I be?
You can be mean.
Jim can handle it.
Yeah, I
Yeah, I'm gonna uptick my Nissa, and I'm going to reanimate, or rather animate my breeding pool into a 3/3. I'm just gonna use all of your dice real quick. So now, as far as lands go, I have a green, a blue, and 2 greens. So I have 5 now, huh? Yeah, I will go ahead and tap my breeding pool for 2. Tap this for 1, tap this for 2, and I'm gonna play another Cavalier of Thorns.
Oh my god.
resolves.
Thank you, I appreciate it. Oh, this is the little promo one too. So I grab the top 5 cards. And now I'll show you the cards that I drew for Cavalier of Thorns. Grist Spiral, Temple of Mystery, Castle Vantress, Leafkin Druid, and a Forest. So I'm gonna go ahead and put this Temple of Mystery into play. It comes into play tap. These 4 will go into my graveyard. And I get to just scry. A nice little innocent scry. Let's see.
Doesn't feel so innocent.
Oh no. This is a very normal deck. Nothing, I mean, I did win a tournament with this, so I guess this is a little bit of how. With all that in mind, I'm going to proceed to combat and attack with my Cavalier of Thorns into your face.
All right, so that's a 5/6. I'm a 21.
Yeah.
All right, you're at 22, and you also have an 8/8 trample, and then another Cavalier of Thorns and a Nissa. So next turn, there's no way next turn bodes well for me.
I mean, we never know.
That's true. That's possible.
Luck of the draw kind of thing, you know?
All right, I'll block with the Wither Wretch. So Wither Wretch will block, and then before damage is dealt, I'm going to pay a black, use my Cabal Archon ability to sacrifice a Cleric to drain you for 2.
Okay.
So you lose 2 and I gain 2, and then I get a zombie token because of Rotlung Reanimator, and a Cleric died.
Cool.
So you go down to 20, which doesn't really go down to 20, I guess.
I
and
started
I got a
at
23.
Okay. Oh, you have more life total than me.
That is true. I'm winning.
Yeah, you are winning.
Winning.
I think I'll end my my little innocent turn here now.
Sure. Untap. And we will draw for turn. And you are late, my friend. I will cast a, let's see, you have 4 cards?
Yes. Yes, I do have 4 cards in hand.
All right, I will tap 3, and I will cast a Phyrexian Arena, one of my favorite cards. Definitely the cornerstone of this deck. A black 1 enchantment. Beginning of your upkeep, I lose 1, and I draw 1. Lose 1 life, draw 1 card. That's it. You're up.
Oh wow. I thought your turn would never end.
Yeah, I know. I'm a real turn hog.
Yeah, it took a while, you know? I just, oof. Okay, let's draw this card here. I'm not a bad sport, am I?
Depends on what you do next.
Yeah, I think this turn will dictate the answer to that question.
Well, I'll start this turn as every good turn starts. I'm gonna play a forest.
Oh no, watch out. She has a lot of mana now.
Yeah, before it was
Not so
fine,
much.
but
No,
that's the turning
It's just
point.
like
I think.
30 mana
Things
before.
have changed.
Yeah, I feel like this might be the downturn for me. It was looking great.
It was looking really great. Okay, I have a bit of a lead. I feel like I could be a little bit wacky here. Let's tap this forest for 2. Then I'm going to uptick my Nissa and animate it into a 3/3. So let's just put that in. That has haste and vigilance, so it'll be able to attack this turn. And then I'm going to, with the 2 floating mana, I'm going to tap this forest and this Castle of Vantress for another, 3, 4, 5. And I'm going to go ahead and just play another Nissa. And just replace this Nissa. She'll go in the graveyard. Poor little Nissa just got to 8, very sad.
I killed a Nissa.
Yeah, you did great.
Did you?
That was good, right?
Did you?
I think I
I don't know that you were involved in the process.
I'm here. I'm present.
I feel like Bloody did your work for you.
Yeah.
Listen, I'm here. I'm in this game. I am.
Are you? You
I'm
got a
present.
tutu or something.
Oh yeah, you do.
He's got a little tutu. It's adorable.
It's so cute, honestly. So I'm gonna uptick my my Nissa to make Castle Vantress a 3/3. And you know what? I'm just gonna go ahead and go to combat. And as reckless as this is, I'm just gonna attack with everything.
Just all that? That's it? That's it?
Yeah. Just this amount. Even the Leafkin Druid, honestly.
Is there a being styled on contingency on this show where if you're getting styled on?
What does that mean? I mean, I obviously know about style.
Yeah.
But what does that mean to be styled on?
It means that I'm being embarrassed. I don't know what else to do.
Well, that
My
I know
poor-
a lot about too.
Yeah, my poor zombies. But I don't look as good though. I have a nice shirt on.
What a wonderful shirt. Where could I get such a shirt?
CoalesceApparel.shop, promo code Jim10, 10% off your order.
Not a sponsor, just someone we like.
Run the power. All right. Yeah, so we've got an 8/8 flying trample,
Yes.
2 5/6s, 4 3/3 lands, and an 0/3, and a Risen Reef.
Yeah, and a 1/1.
All right, and I'm at 23. I got some life to play with here.
Yeah. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 22, 23, 31 damage total.
31 damage total.
Are you sure you can get out of this unscathed?
Are you asking me if I can survive the turn? Because I think I can.
All right.
Okay.
I think I can. I didn't do the math. I didn't run the numbers. But math is for blockers, so here I am. We're gonna put the zombie token on the Cavalier of Thorns.
Okay.
And then I guess the Rotlung Reanimator on the other Cavalier of Thorns.
Okay.
And if the Archon blocks the Risen Reef, now we're looking at 3, 6, 9, 12, 20. That's 20 plus 0. So sure, we'll block like that. So
Okay.
Archon on Reef, these two both on Cavaliers, and I believe I'm taking 20 damage even.
Yeah, that seems fair.
All right, so now I go to 3. So Rotlung Reanimator dies. I get a zombie token when the Rotlung dies. The zombie is back. Is that all?
Well, let's see. I wasn't even thinking about it, honestly.
The Billy Mays effect here. But wait, there's more.
There's actually so much more I
great.
can do. Should I?
Yeah, I want to play.
All right, well, I'm gonna go ahead and tap my... I'm gonna tap my Castle Vantress and my 2 Temples of Mystery, and I'm going to play a quasi-duplicate. Targeting my Cavalier of Thorns with my quasi-duplicate, which just says create a token. It's a copy of a target creature you control.
Resolves.
Alrighty, so I'm gonna go ahead and make a
I'm just going to start
copy
shuffling up my deck.
for no reason.
Why? I mean, you're to step in for bloody after I win this game?
Yeah, that'll be really impressive.
Yeah, this can come back of the century. So this Cavalier of Thorns, as we've already seen 2 times, I'm gonna compress my lands a little bit. Just slide them over here, and I'm going to reveal the top 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'm gonna reveal a Nissa, an island, a forest, a breeding pool, and a Temple of Mystery. And I'm gonna go ahead and how much health do I have?
You're at 20.
Oh, okay. Well, I think I could risk it. I'm gonna go ahead and shock in this breeding pool. So I'm gonna pay 2 for it to come in untapped.
Make sure you jot that down. She shocked herself in.
Yeah.
Paper boy.
18.
All right. Oh, 18, you're in trouble.
Oh
18.
man, oh boy, oh geez.
What's that number next to the 18 under the J?
3.
3.
3. Going to 2 on my turn. If I get there, we'll see if we get there. or
You
not.
realize you should just wait 2 more turns and let him die to his own Phyrexian Arena.
That's such a good idea. Oh my god, that's an amazing idea. Okay, so this is shocked in. I have a 5/6 here. I think I'm just gonna keep doing things. So
I've noticed, yes.
I'm gonna tap this breeding pool for a green and a blue to play Growth Spiral, which just draws a card, and I may put a land from my hand onto the battlefield. So let me draw this card, and oh look, a forest. Turn starts and ends with a forest. I'm just kidding. The turn's not ending yet.
Jim, what are your thoughts on power creep in Magic?
I think it's like a conspiracy.
Yeah.
I don't think it's really a thing, you
right,
know?
yeah.
People get their tinfoil hats on, they're like, cards are so much better. I don't know. I mean, I don't know if I buy into it.
Yeah, so I'm gonna tap this island and these 2 forests for 5 total, and I'm gonna play another Cavalier of Thorns.
My only hope there is that was 5 Cavaliers maybe, and that could be my way out.
Right.
I think that's only, 3 technically and the copy. Also resolves.
Oh, thank you. I was actually really hoping that it would.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna reveal the top 5 cards from my deck.
It's like Groundhog Day.
5. And let's just see what these cards are. We've got a forest. We've got a growth spiral here. I'll just put this to the side for a second. We got End-Race Forerunners, which I will say that's the fun part of my deck. A growth spiral and an arboreal grazer. So I'll just put this forest into play. I'll sweep up the rest of my scraps over here, throw them in the graveyard, and oh shoot.
It's a real problem to have when you've cast 17 spells in one turn. Your graveyard's so big that you can't just lay it out neatly anymore. You see, I don't have that
yeah.
problem. I got my nice little 3 cards in my graveyard here.
Honestly, I'm envious of you.
Yeah, I know. It's clean, it's neat,
It's so clean.
it's orderly.
Well, you know, I have no more cards in hand.
You sure there's like 4 things you can do?
I do have, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I still have 8 mana unplayed, which is quite a shame, but I guess it's your turn now.
What a waste. What a waste of mana. All right, I will untap. I will go to my upkeep where my Phyrexian Arena will trigger. So I'll be losing 1 life and drawing 1 card. Down to 2. This is the card for the Phyrexian Arena. And of course, I draw a card for turn as well.
Feels like a New Year's countdown now.
Yeah, and
Are you winning, son?
we'll see. We'll see. We'll see how this turn goes for us.
Okay.
All right. I'm going to play an Urborg Volcano. It's a a black and red land that comes in tapped. I don't get to scry. Now, if Bloody passes out,
Right.
I win, right?
Yeah, I mean, that is kind of unfair.
Yeah.
Try not to pass out, Bloody.
I will take a technicality. It's fine. I don't really,
Hey, let's cut for like 10 seconds. I need to die.
Okay.
Sure.
10 whole minutes later.
Oh, yes, I never choked.
We have the footage.
Nope.
So as I was trying to say, Urborg Vault, I was reading all the abilities on my card.
Right.
So it enters the
One that
battlefield, taps.
came in tapped.
Right, and then it taps for a black or a red.
Wow.
So let this sink in.
He's
for a
got
second.
you now.
He's got too many lands over there.
Yeah,
I'm nervous.
and then I'm gonna play a Graveborn Muse.
Whoa.
This is a really awesome card when you're not at 2 life. This is a 3/3 zombie for 4. It's a zombie spirit. And at the beginning of my upkeep, I draw X cards and lose X life, where X is the number of zombies I control.
Oh, how many zombies do you control?
I currently control 2 zombies.
Oh, great.
Yeah, and I am at 2.
Oh,
and
great.
I will pass the turn.
Oh, great. I'm going to untap.
There's a point in every game where the game starts to really turn. The tide shifts. That real
Hold
really
up,
turning
I
the corner.
end my turn.
You're gonna end your turn?
Yeah.
All right. I'll untap. I will put my triggers onto the stack. So I have my Phyrexian Arena where I lose 1 and draw.
Okay.
And then I have the Graveborn Muse where if I might lose some life here. So I'm set to lose 2 and gain 2.
Okay.
Sorry, draw 2, I mean.
If he wins because you pulled this stunt, that will be pretty. That'll be getting hoisted by your own petard.
Oh, for sure. My petard would hoist me so hard.
I'm going to respond to my Graveborn Muse trigger by sacrificing a Cleric to Cabal Archon. I'll sacrifice itself, so you lose 2 and I gain 2.
Oh,
so,
okay.
So I'm going to go up to 4.
Oh.
And you're going to go down to a precarious 16.
Okay.
Then I'll resolve my Phyrexian Arena, so I go to 3 and draw a card. Then I'll resolve my Graveborn Muse, so I go to 1 and draw 2 cards. 1 and 2. And then I'll draw a card for turn.
I'm going to be honest. I didn't do the math. I thought you would just die there.
We're at 1.
Okay.
A comfortable 1 life.
That's all you need.
Just where I want it to be. And then I will play a Vault of Whisperers, another card banned in the modern format. This is the black artifact land. So
okay.
it taps for black, it's an artifact land. And 1, huh? All right, I'm going to cast Consume Spirit,
What does that do?
targeting you. This is I pay X, and it is only for black mana, and it deals X damage, and I gain X life.
Oh, okay.
For you, for 2, put me up to 3. And you'll be down to 14.
Okay.
And I think that's it for me.
Yeah, I think that is it for
I
you.
do think that is it for you.
Your turn.
Oh, sure. Wow, I didn't even have to untap anything. Let's see what cards I have.
I'm feeling great about this game, personally.
I want to go to combat.
Feeling a little less good.
I'm going to swing with just my Hydroid Crisis.
That is a large jellyfish. That's an 8/8?
Yeah, that's an 8.
I want to confirm, I'm at 3.
Yes.
We're at 3.
Okay. And 8. Okay, yeah, I'm dead.
Okay, well, GG. I also
Good
had a
game.
Risen Reef and a Quasi-Duplicate in my hand.
You could have had
Wow.
many Risen.
I had like 10 more minutes of turn to do, you know?
Well, I appreciate the jellyfish just kind of getting it done. So,
Yeah.
all right.
GG, fair game.
Modern day cards are good.
Look, I mean, your deck just had a slow start, honestly, like on an honest note.
I did play cards that were banned, though.
That's fair, yeah. Your cards were banned, my cards were not banned. So you have the better deck.
Well, prepare yourself because now you're up against modern cards from one of the greatest blocks in Magic history. And also, I won a Friday Night Magic at a game store that only had room for a total of 8 players and would actually have to turn more players out if they showed up because they only had 1 table. And I took down that Friday Night Magic with this deck. So prepare yourself, Bloody,
I don't know if I'll ever be prepared
for a
this.
bloody tough battle. So I have 3 Gut Shots main board in this deck, and I don't think they're gonna do a lot of damage against the creatures in Bloody's deck at all. I'm gonna take them out, and I'm bringing in 3 Oblivion Rings. I've got a full play set, but I'm only bringing in 3 from the sideboard. I figure an Oblivion Ring hits anything, gets rid of anything, so that's kind of all I'm doing. And other than that, flying by the seat of my pants.
So I'm going up against white and blue, little spirits, little counter spells. I'm gonna put in 1 Mystical Dispute, and I'm gonna put in 2 Shifting Ceratops. I mean, Shifting Ceratops is protection of blue, so that's gonna be great. And I'm just gonna take out my 2 Finale of Devastations because they are way too big, and if they get counterspelled, I will cry. And also I took out 1 Cavalier of Thorns.
So I've lost the game, but
Yes.
now I've got the glasses and the seat, and I am now the Overseer and the Arbiter.
Wow.
And I am playing on your side, so if I am able to beat Bloody, it's as though our team in that moment won. So how does that make you feel?
But if you lose, I play again, so Bloody.
Right.
Dude.
Yeah.
That's right.
Oh.
So me.
no,
so
no.
you're rooting for me. Why
Correct.
does everyone have a hard time rooting for me?
It was, you're right. My instinct was not to, but now I guess I have to.
He has so much faith in you.
So you can do this.
So since that seat lost, you get to.
I'm on the play.
Okay,
All right,
cool.
shall we resolve mulligans?
Yeah, let's do it.
No pressure here, but you really got to win this.
All right, time to win it. This is a very interesting hand, and I think I'm going to keep it. Snap keep.
Shoot.
Oh, and the wave too.
Oh my gosh.
I like the wave. Can you do the flippy thing?
No,
You should, because you reveal your hand.
I am not as confident, and I'm going to mulligan.
that's a shame.
Don't be a shame.
Yeah. I mean, it's actually a common strategy in fencing is I give you the lead and you get overconfident, and then I kind of swing back and beat you because of it.
Well, I've got bad news for you. I'm always overconfident. Always.
Great.
I live there.
You live and
I
breathe
live in
overconfidence. Oh, that's gonna be great. All right.
Yes.
So it sounds like you'll recover from this beating pretty nice.
What?
What?
Huh? What was that?
I didn't quite catch that.
I missed that part.
It was very under the breath.
What?
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Someone must have said something. And you know what? Confidence. I guarantee this will be keepable.
All right.
I guarantee.
Well, then just keep it.
Yeah,
Look.
just so you keep.
If you're gonna guarantee, it has to be a
keep,
blind
right?
keep. Yeah.
You keep.
I heard
and then
keep.
you're just choosing one to go back.
Sure. I keep.
All right. Oh, we're pinky. Oh my God, pinky swear too. 7 lands. 7 lands.
You know what?
Yeah, you gonna do it?
Yeah.
All right.
You have to.
Confidence has stayed high the whole time. I never once doubted myself. I'm keeping. You're gonna regret making me keep
I'm on
this.
the play.
Yeah, go for it. Go, Mr. Play, go.
I'm gonna play a Seachrome Coast. It comes into play untapped because it's the only land coming into play. Tap it for a blue. For a Delver of Secrets.
What does that do?
This is Jeff Goldblum, and in his humble research during the upkeep of my turn, I look at the top card of my library and I may reveal it. And if I reveal it and it is an instant or a sorcery, then Jeff Goldblum transforms into the Fly, which is a 3/2 flyer.
Huh?
Yeah.
That's strong.
Yes, Jeff Goldblum is a talented actor. Pass.
It's always Mana Leak on top too.
That's a common?
Always.
That's a common. This is a Popper All-Star.
What the? Wow, that's cool. All right, well, let's draw. Unfortunately, I do not have much to do on turn 1. I'm just going to play my Temple of Mystery tapped.
What is generously described as tapped.
This is 45 degrees. I had a protractor before this.
I wish I had a judge to call over. Go on.
And I just get the scry one. So I'm just gonna whoop. Oh, let's see if that's any good. Bloop, 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 bloop. I'm gonna go ahead and say no. I'm gonna put it on the bottom.
All right.
Alrighty, and now it's your turn.
All right, well, I'm going to untap. During my upkeep, I look at the top card of my library. I am not revealing anything. Unfortunately, I don't get to draw it or anything. That would be really cool if I did. I now move to draw for turn. I'll play an island. And then let us, what are we gonna do here? What are we gonna do here? I think it's time to declare attackers. Jeff Goldblum coming in at you. for
Sure,
one.
I'll take one. You know what? I'm not gonna take notes. I'm gonna follow your lead, and I'm just gonna have a little dice,
spin
and I'm
down
gonna
off
bring
the
it down
heathens.
to 19.
Very good, very good. Second main phase. Now this is a big problem. This is a big problem with Innistrad. It was a flavor fail. Jeff Goldblum, we all know, is a legendary actor, but unfortunately the card Delver of Secrets is not legendary, so I can bring out 2 Jeff Goldblums.
Oh my god.
Pass the turn.
Sounds fortunate to me.
Quick question before it's my turn.
Yes.
So how does that work? Will it look at the top card and that will apply for both of them?
Yeah.
Okay, so if it's an instant, it's both of them.
Yep. Double flip.
Great.
Double flip.
Great. Love that.
Oh, so will I.
Okay.
So will I.
All right, I'm going to draw. And now, the grand reveal. Why do I feel like you're like holding your hand as if you're gonna do something?
What could I possibly do with only one white or blue untapped? What could that possibly do? Nothing costs only one white or one blue. It's certainly not an instant speed card.
I don't like this. I'm going to.
The soul read is on here.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead.
Mr. Pokerface over here is like looking at a brick wall.
I'm gonna go ahead and tap these two.
Yeah.
And I'm going to try to play a Leafkin Druid.
That absolutely resolves.
Wow, thank
Of
you
course it
so
resolves.
much. I really appreciate that.
Right. Did you enjoy playing that?
Yes.
You'll enjoy playing it again because I'm going to tap one blue, Vapor Snag it back to your
What
hand.
does it do?
Vapor Snag returns target creature to its owner's hand and its controller loses a life.
This is ridiculous. Okay, fine.
That's
Fine,
not just ridiculous, it's redonkulous.
Okay, well, Mr. Redonkulous, it's your turn.
All right,
This is a big flip here.
this is big.
We need this.
If this is an instant or sorcery, I'm going to be so happy. It's not. I do kind of need the card though. So, draw for turn.
Okay.
Play an island. I really needed that,
Oh,
so I'm very happy to
no.
have that. Move to declare attackers. Double the gold blooms coming at you.
Sure, I've just been jeffed down to 16.
And then, another favorite of mine from this era, a white, a blue, and another for the
Oh yeah.
Geist of Saint Traft.
Oh, goodness.
For those unfamiliar, Geist of Saint Traft is a 2/2 spirit cleric with hexproof, and whenever Geist attacks, I get a 4/4 white angel creature token with flying that gets put onto the battlefield and attacking.
Put that right there for you.
That I'm gonna be needing that starting next turn. And it's got hexproof. What are you gonna do? It's got hexproof. You can't do
That's so
anything.
strong!
It is strong.
Awesome card.
Much strong. Pass.
Okay. I'm gonna
I
untap.
swear there's illusions in this deck.
Yeah, okay, Bucko, sure.
The flavor.
What did you call me?
I called you Bucko.
Oh, okay.
What did you think?
Nothing.
Okay. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and play. I'm gonna tap a green and a blue, and I'm gonna play a Growth Spiral, which, you know, draw a card, may put a land from my hand onto the battlefield.
Broken. Busted.
whoop.
Unfair.
I'm going to go ahead and put a forest, and I actually haven't played a land yet myself, so I'm gonna put in a Castle Vantris, which comes in untapped because I have an island. And you know what? I just have the most peculiar feeling of deja vu.
I sense indecision.
Yes, well, I have more than one decision.
Keep in mind, I have. Oh, wait.
No, you don't. You have nothing.
I got nothing.
You have nothing.
Except the Geist and two Delvers.
Okay, well, you know what?
And a deck full of instants and
we
sorceries.
don't have to get specific here, Professor.
I'm calling it next turn. Your top card is 100% an instant or sorcery.
Oh, it's gonna feel so good.
I'm stamping the guarantee right now.
It's gonna feel like
It stamps.
years of rejection at this game overcome in an instant.
Oh! Whatever. I'm gonna play this Leafkin Druid.
All right.
Big
know what it
surprise.
does.
Yeah. And I believe that it is your turn.
All right.
I've guaranteed this. Don't prove me wrong.
Now, what if it's a sorcery and not an instant? Oh, god damn.
Oh, is it a sorcery or an instant? Which one?
It's not. But
Wait, but I thought it was a guarantee.
yeah. Draw for turn. All right. Let's go ahead.
I'll have you know, things are not all right.
Let's go ahead and I'm going to tap 2. And I'm going to do a Snappycaster Mage, targeting my Vapor Snag.
What does that do?
Snapcaster is, whenever it enters the battlefield, target instant or sorcery in my graveyard gains flashback until end of turn. The flashback cost is equal to its mana cost. That's a blue.
No!
And it's time
No!
to Vapor Snag
No!
that Leafkin. Once again, to your hand, you take a damage. Vapor Snag is exiled.
It's Groundhog Day.
Yep.
It's happening again.
And now, move to declare attackers. 1 Jeff, 2 Jeff, and as the Geist of Saint Traft attacks, an angel comes into play, tapped and attacking. 4 damage, 5, 6, 7, 8 coming your way.
So I go down to 7 from 15.
At the end of my turn, the angel is exiled. Why didn't you just do this, Jim?
I thought, oh, it's because he was a pro player.
Oh, that's right.
He's washed. He's retired now.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Pass the turn.
Okay.
For those who don't get the joke, Jim is literally one of like the 32 current best Magic players in the world.
I'm playing in Worlds in a few months.
What's Worlds? Anyway, bloody.
I don't know, but I'll be there. Hopefully it's exciting.
Yes. I can't wait to watch coverage of it.
I think so. It better be. It's at Magic 30. It better be a blowout. They really better go all out for it. So
I'm going to go ahead and play a forest with much less gusto than last time. I'm going to go ahead and tap this and play Nissa. Yay! Okay, you don't get to yay. You are in a very advantageous position. Okay.
The yay was sarcastic.
You don't get to sarcastically yay. Okay, fine. You can yay. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. So I'm going to take her up to 6, and I'm going to put a forest onto the field as a 3/3 with vigilance and haste. And I'm going to go to combat, and I'm going to attack with this forest.
It's a 3/3?
Yeah.
I will take it. I go down to 17.
I was really hoping you would block there.
No.
Maybe he'll just choose not to attack.
maybe, honestly.
Okay, it's your go.
All right. Untap. Upkeep. Give it to me, baby. Give it to me, baby. Boy, got some luck here. Anyway, draw for turn.
So unlucky.
Well, yeah, if you call this unlucky. I'm going to play a Glacial Fortress.
Okay.
You're at 7.
I am at 7.
You have 1 blocker.
I do have 1 blocker.
So even if you block my 2, you're going to take 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, well, then I win. So you're all tapped out. Okay, so I could cast with 4 a Phantasmal Dragon, which is one of my favorite cards from the time, but instead, I'm going to spend 2 blue to cast this Lord of the Unreal, which is signed by the artist Jason Chan. This was the very first Magic the Gathering event I ever attended. It was my favorite card because this was my deck at the time, and I got Jason Chan to sign my playset of Lord of the Unreals that are in here, and that means a lot to me. And so I want this here on the board as I move to declare attackers.
Can I make a note first?
Yes.
You have 4 creatures in play, and none of them are illusions.
Thank you, Jim Davis.
Just wanted to keep it out there.
Thank
But
you, Jim Davis.
you are about to win the game, so I'm about it.
I mean, who's to say?
Full swing at Bloody.
Not me.
I'm used to Commander.
Yeah, okay. I guess I'll declare forest on your Geist of Saint.
Sure. He makes the ultimate sacrifice so that I might win.
Good game.
Good game. You're up.
I'm back in. Let's go. This matchup, I think that my deck stops being kind of a burny, aggressive creature deck and turns into a little more control deck with cards like Infest and things like that. So 3 Infest come in, 2 Smother, and the 3rd copy of Persecute, naming blue hopefully, and outgo the burn elements, Shrapnel Blast and Consume Spirit. Only more of a control deck, kind of kill creatures and go from there.
Okay, so I also just realized after playing that match that Oblivion Ring would not flip Delver of Secrets. It didn't actually come up, but that would have been very embarrassing. So those Oblivion Rings, those are going back in the sideboard, and I'm bringing in an extra mana leak and 2 dissipates because counter spells galore, and it'll flip Delver. Go Jeff Goldblum.
We are back now for game 3, and it's Jim on my team. So this is Team Bloody,
Right.
and then the professor on Team Jim.
Well, I guess so. So if I win, Jim Davis's original team wins. If Jim wins, Jim Davis's original opponent, Bloody, wins essentially.
I don't know how to feel about
The rules,
It's a lose-lose for you.
the
It's
rules
okay.
of Shuffle Up and Play are not convoluted at all. Not at all. Now, Jim, if I beat you, does that mean that I get invited to, what is it, Nationals, Worlds? What is it?
Worlds, yeah.
Worlds. So if I beat you, do I get your spot at
I think
Worlds?
so. I think it's highlighter
Yeah.
rules. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
That's
Be
exactly how that works.
the only
Alright.
one. So
Do you want to cut me, pro player? Is that what we do? We cut
we don't
each
cut
other's decks? No?
We shuffle our opponent's decks. All right. This is an important
no.
match.
But
I was
But our strategies for shuffle. Sorry, go on.
I was rooting for you before because I wanted another shot, but now that I have my shot, I want it.
Well, this is what we do at the local game store.
Oh, the old, don't one card cut me.
And this card right here, I'm only going to show it to you. You will never, no, to you. I want you to know that's
okay.
never coming.
That card sucks anyway.
That's never coming.
All right.
Shall we resolve mulligans?
Let's do it.
So fun fact, this is actually Jim Davis's 100,000th mulligan.
He hasn't mulliganed yet.
I wish we had stats like that. Like you had like your life counter of like I've eaten 40,000 slices of pizza or
Yeah.
whatever. I wish we had stats like that. That'd be great. All right, my hand's good. I'm gonna keep. I'm not gonna
man.
not
So
gonna take my
this
mulligan.
is-
I'm gonna keep it on 99999.
Yeah, we'll keep it at 9 and then a 9.
This is a greedy greedy keep. Do I do the greedy keep?
Are you gonna
or do
risk
I
this?
mulligan?
There's a world's
Do
invitation
the
on the
greed.
line here. All right. No pressure.
No,
Boom,
I'm not.
boom.
I'm not going to keep. I want to show what it was, and I'm curious between Bloody and Jim if you would have kept. So I had 2 lands,
Okay.
and I had 2 Geists, and I'm doing the think. If I draw 1 more land, I've got Geists for days. But my other cards are just my Lord of the Unreal, Phantasmal Dragon, Vapor Snag, and it's like there's no turn 1 Delver. And bringing the Lord out turn 2 doesn't have any synergy till turn 4, which I don't have. I won't look at the cards. Would you have kept this, or would you have mulliganed as I have, out of
And
curiosity?
you're on the draw, right?
Yeah.
I'm first.
You are first, yes.
Yeah,
on the
I would
draw.
have kept.
You would have kept?
It's tough. Yeah, I think on the draw, you're pretty likely to draw a 3rd land, or a 1-drop or 2-drop. So it's close. It's close.
It would have been a land.
Oh, never look.
Never look.
Never look.
Never look. All right,
The
I'm shuffling
downward
up.
spiral
Here we go.
begins.
Time to
Yeah.
shuffle up some more. You and your Pro Tour Shuffle.
The voodoo.
Oh,
Sounds like
yeah,
a dance,
true.
the Pro Tour Shuffle.
I did that back in high school.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Back in high school during, like, what was it, War of the Spark or something?
Okay. You don't have to date yourself. I mean, I was gonna do it, but making my job easier.
It's not hard. It's not hard.
All right, shuffle it up for real pro player. Shuffle me up.
Then when your opponent asks you to shuffle, that's when you cut.
That's cold.
That's when you cut.
That is,
Wow.
that's cold, Jim Davis.
Cold-blooded.
I thought his name was first name pro, last name player at this point.
No, I'm just joking. And I've been a big, joking aside, we give each other a lot of grief on this show for fun. It's meant to be playful banter, but I do want everyone to know that I am a huge fan of Jim Davis. I grew up on your comic strips. I love Garfield. It was a big part of my childhood.
Mondays, am I right? Huh? Am I right? We're gonna lasagna it later, right?
Yeah.
Italian
We
food.
actually are.
I do love lasagna.
Yeah.
I should have kept that last hand. I can keep this. I can. Okay.
I heard keep.
Yeah, I heard keep.
Yeah.
Yeah, keep declared. Right? Right?
All right. I'm gonna keep it.
Okay.
I'm gonna keep
You
it.
can do that all out.
It resolves.
All right.
Resolves.
And I'm going to put this on the bottom.
All right. Let's start it up. I'm gonna start off with a basic swamp.
Cause you're basic.
That is, I am pretty basic actually, to be totally fair. And then I'm gonna play a card that's banned in Modern. I'm gonna play a Chrome Mox, because you played earlier. So I'm gonna imprint a card on it. That card will be the color of it taps for mana. And I'm gonna imprint a Dark Banishing, which is a somewhat clunky removal spell. I'll tap it 2, and I'll cast Withered Wretch. This is the 2/2, it exiles cards in the graveyard, a zombie cleric. I guess that's it for me. I'll pass the turn.
Oh, okay.
You haven't even played a land?
I know, I haven't even played a land yet.
Where are your cards?
Yeah, what?
All right, well, before I do anything, I'm going to spend 2 life, going to 18,
I'll note that on my pad.
to Gitaxian Probe you, another card banned, and I'll answer your card banned in Modern with a card banned in Modern. This is a card that I can just pay life instead of mana to look at your hand and then draw a card. Please.
Wait, hold on. Let's
it.
not gloss over that. You could just play it without mana?
You can do that?
Phyrexian mana is life.
But that...
I'm sure you've seen Phyrexian.
No, I literally have not.
Are you joking?
No.
Wow. So this is called Phyrexian mana. It was a big mistake. It was almost as big a mistake as Companion. Basically, most of the 1-drop to 2-drop Phyrexian mana spells have been pretty much banned in most formats, right?
Yes, Mental Misstep.
Mental
Taxi
Misstep was
Probe.
all kinds of trouble.
Mental Misstep was a
It
problem.
let you counter target instant or sorcery, and it cost that, so you could do it turn 0. So if he started to do something,
What?
yeah,
it
so it was a big
countered
problem.
any 1-mana spell.
Oh, that's right.
But the problem is that you end up in a spot where I cast an important 1-mana spell, and
Yeah.
you misstep it, then I misstep
Yeah.
misstep, you misstep my misstep, and just a counting game of who has more missteps.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it was not a good time.
It's terrible.
Reveal your secrets to me, Jim Davis.
Well, I'm gonna respond to you
Okay, uh-oh.
casting a ban spell by revealing a card that's also banned.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna reveal Vault of Whispers, the artifact land, banned in Modern. A Persecute, read that one probably.
I don't need to read it. I know what that does.
And then a Smother.
Okay. All right.
That's my hand.
And now I draw a card, which I'm really...
Wait, and you draw a card?
Yes, and I draw a card.
This is ridiculous.
Unfortunately, it was not... So I did not get... I'm going to play a Glacial Fortress, but it enters the battlefield tapped unless I control plains or an island.
Yeah, I don't see a plains.
No, me neither.
Yeah.
It's weird.
I'm looking.
Did
I
you
just
mean
don't-
to do that?
Buddy, you see a plains or an island over there?
No, I actually
Yeah,
don't.
Okay,
Pass the turn.
just checking.
Yeah. I was really hoping to get a plains or an island.
Just keeping things, kosher.
Yeah.
All right, so we're gonna draw for turn, and we are going to play that Vault of Whispers we were talking about. And with the wretches coming into the red zone, attacking for 2.
Go to 16.
16 it is. And for me, I am done. It's your turn.
All right. No Phyrexian Arena.
No, nothing else.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I'm going to play an island. Jim, you were giving me a lot of grief about not having illusions last game.
It's true.
So I'm curious how you feel about me tapping a blue for the Bears. The Bears.
I feel pretty good about it. I like the Bears. It's a cool card.
The Bears are a 2/2 blue illusion for 1 blue. What a great rate. When Phantasmal Bear becomes the target of a spell or ability, sacrifice it. It's the spell so nice, I'm going to tap blue so that I can play it twice.
Oh,
The Bears.
It's actually Da Bears.
Da Bears. Da Bears.
Yeah, makes sense.
two tutus.
All right, nobody gets that joke.
I get it.
Nobody, you get it. Okay. Well, you're a fellow elderly.
Right.
You don't look old, but you are
know.
old.
That's-
He looks.
I'm incognito.
How dare you look so young when you are in fact old?
Yeah, I do
Mind
look
if I
good.
ask how old you are?
I don't even know. I think I'm 38 now. 37, 38. There's a point where you're old enough where you actually don't know. That's when you're really old.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then there's a point where you do know and you never reveal, which is me. I pass the turn.
All right. At the end of your turn, I'm gonna tap Vault of Whispers. And I'm gonna exile that Taxian Probe from your graveyard.
Sure.
Just in case. All right. So we untap, and we draw for turn. You got some bears over there. All right. All right. I'm just gonna cast myself a Rotlong Reanimator. So that is a 2/2. Whenever a cleric dies, I get a 2/2 zombie token.
Sure.
And we'll just pass turn.
All right, let's untap. Draw for turn.
Is this like a tutu convention or something?
Something like that. Now I'm going to play the other land that was in my opening hand, which is another Glacial Fortress, which is why I was really rooting for a basic.
okay.
But I got 3, so that's pretty nice. That's pretty nice. Let's go ahead and tap a blue. And I think I'm going to ponder.
Another card banned in Modern.
Another card banned in many things, I believe. Is it banned in Legacy? It's not banned in Legacy.
not
No.
Legacy.
Okay, just Modern. Look at the top 3 cards of my library, then put them back in any order. You may shuffle your library and then draw a card. I'm going to look at these 3.
What?
I believe it's restricted in Vintage.
I'm going to put them back in this order and then shuffle my library.
Oh. And then you still draw a card.
I still draw a card. So I basically flushed those 3 away, though, as is often my luck, one of them will be what ends up getting drawn by me.
When I cast Ponder, I shuffle every time.
Every time, even if
it could
it's
be
got
anything.
exactly the card you want.
Like, it could also just be the card you want when you draw it.
Yeah.
It could
That's a
Pro strategies, pro strategies with Jim
anything.
Davis. Pro strategies
All right?
with Jim
you gotta,
Davis.
You
All
gotta
right.
play Magic to feel something. All right. If you know what the cards are, it's predetermined.
I feel astounded at how strong cards were.
They were very strong, though I gotta say that out of our 3 decks, I think yours is the strongest.
Yeah,
That's fair, but my 1 mana spells are not that strong.
it's true. It's true.
Would you like to cut pro player?
See, that's the
He's
secret.
giving me the stare.
The secret is that he actually just wanted Jim to shuffle his
Draw, and now I draw a card. Oh, God.
Was it one of the 3?
I do not have to answer that. All right, so move to declare attackers.
Resolves.
The Bears are coming at you.
In come the Bears.
In come the Bears. 2 mana open.
You got 4 cards in hand.
4.
I think I'll just take the 4.
Oh,
16.
Interesting.
very interesting indeed. Interestinger and interestinger. Pass turn.
I ain't scared of no bears. All right.
Aren't they illusions? Well, I guess they're
They
not
are
like
illusions.
phantoms. You really could have just said ghosts instead of bears. It's like, it's applicable.
No, because a ghost is something that was alive, and or a geist is something that was alive.
Okay.
No, wait, it's magic. A spirit is something that
Yeah,
was
okay,
alive,
yeah.
and a bear is something that I create using my mind. I created it with my mind.
Why not create like Emrakul or something, or an Eldrazi.
Well, because I can only do it 2/2. It's like I've only got so much mind.
Okay, that's fair.
I only use 2/2 out of it.
Yeah,
I only use 2/2 out of it.
All right, so 16-16, huh?
I wish it were 16-16.
Okay, yeah, right. If you had a bigger mind, it would be huge, right?
Yeah.
So, all right, we're coming in. I'm attacking back.
All right. No blocks. Obviously, I take 4, go to 12.
All right, and then second main phase,
Yes.
I'm going to play the mighty Urborg Volcano, which is a land that enters the battlefield tapped.
Yes, we know.
And it taps for a black.
We know, Jim. We know.
And,
Wait, but it taps for something else too.
or red. 2 colors, it's crazy.
That's insane.
And that's gonna be it. I'll just pass turn.
All right. Untap. Draw. Play an island. Move to declare attackers.
Yep.
Attack you with the bears.
The bears are coming in again. No blocks.
All right.
I go to 12.
Second main, I'm going to tap a blue for the bears.
There are many bears. Okay.
I guess you're just going to have to grin and bear it.
Are you done?
I'm done past the turn.
So you got 3 cards in hand.
2 cards in hand.
All right. End of turn. I'm going to exile that ponder from your graveyard. I'm going to cast a smother as well on your
Wait,
untapped
what is that?
bear.
Can you tell me
So
what
smother
it
is
is before it resolves?
Before it resolves, got
Yes.
it. Well, 2-mana instant, destroy target creature with a converted mana or mana value. We'll update the wording, 3 or less, and it can't be regenerated. Very important. I'm going to target that bear right there. Now, I will note that the bear has the ability, right, where if it's targeted, it just dies. So you can counter it if you want to, but
Oh, it has been targeted.
I wouldn't want your bear to, still die and feel really bad about that.
I guess I'm going to just have to grin and bear it.
Okay, well, all right. The second time around isn't as funny.
Yeah, the first time wasn't great either.
Well, I liked it.
Yeah. All right, so still good to go?
Yeah.
Untap my zombies. And I will draw a card for the turn.
You picked this deck.
I love this deck.
All right, let's play a swamp. I'm going to start by casting a Persecute.
Excuse me?
I will announce what Persecute does. It is a 4-mana sorcery. I choose a color.
Oh,
which will
I knew
happen-
that was there too because I looked at your hand at the start of the game.
And I choose the color on resolution. Spells to resolve first. Target player reveals their hand and discards all cards of the color that I choose.
I did remember it was there, which is why I'm going to tap 2. And now don't be embarrassed. It happens to all people of a certain age, but mana leak.
That's true. I'm aware. So,
This counters target spell unless you pay 3.
only-
Do you pay the 3?
Unfortunately,
You pay the 3?
Urborg Volcano is powerful, but it does not tap for 3,
Kind
unfortunately.
of stingy of you not to pay
Yeah.
the 3. I would just
Yeah.
pay the 3.
Yeah, and then we're gonna move to our combat step. Let's go. I think I'm gonna send in just the Rotlong Reanimator.
Sure.
I'm just gonna attack for 2.
I take 2, go to 10.
All right, so we have 12 to 10, and I will pass turn.
Untap. Upkeep, draw. Oh, there we go. There we go.
Is it time to pop off?
Oh, it's time to do something, all right.
Okay.
We're gonna do 2 for a Lord of the Unreal. My, as previously stated, favorite early card from when I got back into Magic. Love the art. Signed by Jason Chan. My illusions get +1/+1 and have hexproof.
The record will state that there are actually illusions this time.
There are actually illusions this time. What I think I'm going to do, you're at how much?
I'm at 12 and you're at 10.
I didn't ask what I was at. I just wanted to know what you were at, my friend. He only has 1 card in hand. Let's do it. I'm going to tap 2 for a phantasmal image of my Lord of the Unreal. You may have phantasmal image enter the battlefield as a copy of any creature on the battlefield, except it's an illusion in addition to its other types, and gains when this creature becomes the target of a spell or ability, sacrifice it. However, it is now a Lord of the Unreal, and it has hexproof because of Lord of the Unreal, which it is also given, because Lord of the Unreal gives illusions hexproof. It's still an illusion, it has hexproof, so you can't target it to make it pop. You can't target these to make them pop. The 2/2 bears are now 4/4 bears that can't be targeted by you. And you know
Goodness.
what? Those bears are coming your way.
All right, so those bears are both 4/4s, correct?
Yes.
And all of your illusions have hexproof as well?
Yes. The only thing on the board that doesn't have hexproof is my original Lord of the Unreal.
The original copy, okay.
Though I don't need to reveal that information to you because it is available.
That is
but
true.
I'm not a pro player, so I'll be nice.
I appreciate that. Yeah, that's a lot of damage. That is definitely a lot of damage, so I gotta figure out how to wiggle my way out of this one.
Jim, I hope you weren't too excited to go to Worlds.
I was a little excited, but that's not over yet. It's not over yet.
No, of course not.
We,
I'm sure we'll have a spot for you on coverage, assuming there's coverage, which I really hope there is because I want to watch.
yeah, I would probably sign up for that, honestly. All right, so 4, 8.
You heard him, Watsy. Jim says I can have his seat if he gets on coverage. Isn't that a deal?
Yeah.
I think my best chance to win is just take the 8.
Wow, take the 8. That's great.
I'm gonna go to 4.
You're at 4?
I'm at 4.
I've got a very bad feeling about what that one card must be.
I mean, it is good. I do have outs.
All right, pass the turn.
Into your turn, I'm gonna exile your mana leak. All right, this is a big one here.
Okay, I'm ready. Because I currently have no idea how you can come back. Because I don't know what your deck does, or what like most of the cards do, so.
Nope.
Just kidding, it's that. Nope. Nah, unfortunately not. Yeah, I drew a Great Furnace. I'll play Great Furnace. I had an Infest in my hand.
Ah!
So if I had drawn a Smother or a Terror, I could have killed your Lord, which would shrink everything.
Right.
And then play the Infest and shrunk everything, and then
Right.
when these die, I get zombies too.
Yeah.
So we almost had a path to victory.
Almost.
But not quite. So
Oh, yeah,
Wow.
'cause they're 3
And I
things.
actually won with illusions, which is what my deck is supposed to do.
yeah,
so that's fantastic.
This time was
too.
more impressive. Yeah, the last time was Delvers and Geists, and those are cool cards, but they're not illusions.
Wait, Prof, is this the first time you've ever won a match on footage?
On foot, I just want to really be clear about something. I have won matches of Magic the Gathering before. I have won at Magic.
before
it's just
today?
when the cameras are rolling. I don't.
You realize that means you've never won a match at Magic. Until now.
Pro players.
Wow.
Thank you for the good game.
Good game.
Good game. Good game.
Good game. I'm proud to be a part of history.
Woo!
Giving you
I don't
your
know if we
first
succeeded
win.
or we failed. What?
You won because this is the red
that's
player
right, I won.
Oh, yeah.
So sorry, Bloody.
Yeah.
That's
Oh,
what you
I
get
just
for
lose?
throwing a Veldrain and blowing off the
Okay,
Spark
all
Stand.
right.
I threw the game.
Like-
I just wanted my seat to win.
Don't say that. Don't put that out there.
I tried really hard.
I beat Jim Davis. So can you. Although he did pick a weird deck.
My deck is great.
What is the best card in your deck that you didn't get to show off?
Phyrexian Ring is the best card for sure.
You got to show that off.
Yeah, that card's sweet. The Shadow Blast are pretty cool. So there's a lot of artifact lands and chrome boxes. You draw all these cards, but you're dying really fast. So then you just Shadow Blast and do that. So that's kind of the idea. But
Magic was just easier in those days.
yeah, that was cool.
Yeah.
You know, power creep, it's kind of a thing. 2003, things were a little bit differently. Yeah, I'm playing some 2/2s for 3. It's just, it's okay. Chrome Mox couldn't really power through the day, but in the end, my deck was by far the coolest. Not even close. Rotlung Reanimator, Graveborn Muse, Phyrexian Arena. Come on. The class award definitely goes to me, even if he didn't get any wins.
Okay. So it was his first ever recorded win on camera. I mean, that's like a loss in itself. I mean, I'm very happy for him, but, there's only so much pride that comes out of that one. How long has he been playing? Like 30 years?
I think that if I were to define greatness, hey, look, I've won Magic the Gathering games before. I won Friday night with this deck before. This is a stupid thing. I started it. I was literally the one who said, hey, isn't it funny that we've never recorded me winning a game? And that's it. I can win Magic. I'm not that bad a player. I beat Jim Davis.
Next time on Shuffle Up and Play.
Today, I have brought the one, the only, Michael Kritz. Your opponent, the Tolarian scribe herself, Jessie. Luris is unbanned in Modern, so is everything else. We're playing no ban list Modern today.
Playing Dark Depths combo.
Hell no, that's easier.
I'm gonna play another Urza Saga.
I will play Unholy Heat on your Elvish Mystic.
Oh,
10 counters on it. How could you possibly ever get a Merit Lage into play?
one counter at a time, probably.
Okay.
I am summoning
What?
the one, the only